There's a bigger dream waiting for you, but the question is, are you ready to step into it? Most people go through life chasing after other people's dreams, trying to live in someone else's story. But let me tell you this, your life is already designed with a purpose, and the universe has been waiting for you to claim it. I used to believe that love was a language spoken in grand gestures, in fireworks and dramatic declarations. I spent years searching for a love that looked like the movies, a story written in bold, capital letters. But the most profound transformation in my life, the one that truly taught me the meaning of connection, didn't arrive with a thunderclap. It was a quiet whisper, a slow, gentle dawning of a simple, powerful truth. Remember, every step you take with intention brings you closer to your best self. When I discovered the truth about intention, everything changed. I realized that the most beautiful love stories aren't written in the grand moments, but in the quiet, unassuming spaces in between. That's where true greatness is born. See, it's not just about what you do, the flowers you buy, the trips you take, the words you say. It's about the soul of the action. It's about that beats like a heart beneath the surface of everything. It's the silent, invisible energy you pour into every single interaction. Love, I learned, is not a feeling that simply happens to us. It is an intention we actively choose, moment by moment. Choose to act with purpose, and you will inspire greatness, in yourself and others. It is the intention to truly see the person before you, beyond your own needs and expectations. It is the intention to be a safe harbor in their storm, not to fix their ship, but to offer a calm and steady light. It is the intention to celebrate their joys as if they were your own, and to hold their sorrows with a gentle, unwavering presence. This is the bedrock of true connection, and the foundation of a truly extraordinary life. Two people can do the exact same thing, but get two completely different results, because the heart of their action, their intention, is worlds apart. Imagine one person says, "I love you," out of habit. The words are hollow echo of a past feeling. Their intention is obligation, a box to be checked. Now, imagine another person says those same three words, but their voice is soft, their eyes are full, and the space between you hums with the weight of their entire being. Their intention is pure connection, a gift freely given from the depths of their soul. The first is a sentence. The second is a sacrament. One is an act, the other is an offering. This is the profound power of intention. It is the invisible artist that paints the quality of our relationships. It's the difference between sharing a space and sharing a life. One couple performs the role of being in love, their intention focused on the external picture. The other embodies love, their intention focused on the internal connection. The result isn't just a different evening, it's a different reality, a different love story altogether. So what is this force, this intention? It is the compass of your heart, pointing toward either fear or love. An action born of fear is always a transaction. It says, "I will do this for you, so that you will do that for me." It keeps a tally. It is rooted in scarcity, in the belief that love is a finite resource that must be earned or bartered for. It's the gift given with an expectation of praise, the compliment offered to receive one in return. This path, while it may look like kindness on the surface, ultimately creates distance and leaves the heart feeling empty. But an action born of love is a pure offering. It flows from a place of abundance. It says, "I do this simply because my heart delights in your happiness." It keeps no score. It is the warmth of a blanket offered on a cold night, the patient ear that listens without judgment, the celebration of a success with no hint of envy. This is the energy that truly nourishes. When you serve, give, or create from this place of pure loving intention, you don't just perform a kind act. You open a sacred door. You open the door to unimaginable blessings. And these blessings are not material rewards. They are the quiet miracles of the heart, the blessing of unshakable trust, the gift of profound intimacy where you can be fully and unapologetically yourself. It's the magic of knowing you have a person in your corner, always. This kind of giving creates a virtuous cycle. Your pure intention creates a safe space which invites vulnerability, which deepens connection, which inspires more acts of pure intention. It is how a simple affection grows into a love that can weather any storm. That's why, from this day forward, I invite you to cultivate a gentle awareness. Before you speak, before you act, especially with those you hold most dear, take a single, conscious breath. In that sacred pause, ask your heart a simple question. What is my truest intention right now? Am I speaking to be right or to build a bridge of understanding? Am I offering this help to feel needed and in control or to genuinely lighten their burden? Am I sharing this story to be seen or to be known? Am I listening to form my reply or am I listening to truly hear their soul? This practice is not about judging yourself or striving for perfection. It is an act of profound self-love. It is about becoming a conscious creator of the energy you bring into your life and your relationships. It's about choosing again and again in the small, ordinary moments of your day to lead with your heart. It's about choosing love over fear, connection over correction, and empathy over ego. Each of these small, intentional choices is like a single, delicate thread. On its own, it may seem insignificant. A kind word, a patient silence, a thoughtful gesture. But when you weave them together, moment by moment, day by day, they become the magnificent tapestry of your life. They become the story of your love, rich with color, texture, and depth. Your intention is the artist's hand guiding each thread into place. It is the quiet, steady force that determines the beauty of the final creation. Because intention doesn't just shape your destiny, it shapes the shared destiny you are building with another soul. It is the sacred current that guides two separate streams to merge into one, flowing together, stronger and more beautiful, on their inevitable journey back to the ocean. It is the power that transforms a life and a love into a masterpiece. Too often, we spend our lives wanting what someone else has. Their success, their lifestyle, their spotlight. But here's the truth. You have no power in someone else's territory. Your power exists only in your own lane. And when you focus on your path, when you master your own territory, the opportunities that unfold will be greater than anything you've ever imagined. Your dream is not small. Your life was never meant to be average. Deep within you, in the quietest chambers of your heart, there is a gentle, persistent whisper. It's a feeling you've known your whole life, a subtle ache for something more, something deeper, something truer. It's the melody of a love song written just for your soul. A song that the noise of the everyday world often tries to drown out. We are taught to build practical lives, to follow sensible paths, to shrink our magnificent, sprawling desires into neat, manageable boxes. We are told that the grand, sweeping love stories are for the movies, that the soul-shaking adventures are for the books. But your heart knows better. It remembers a promise made before you even arrived here. A promise of a life lived in full color, a life steeped in profound connection and breathtaking beauty. There's a bigger dream designed just for you, more than you could ever plan for yourself. This isn't just a dream of career success or material wealth. It is a dream woven from the threads of starlight and synchronicity, a masterpiece painted with the colors of joy, passion, and unconditional love. Imagine a life where your work is an extension of your soul, where your relationships are sanctuaries of growth and acceptance, where every morning you wake up with a sense of wonder, excited for the magic the day holds. This grander design is a love story between you and the universe. Your own plans, as detailed and well-intentioned as they may be, are like drawing a map of a single beloved garden. But the universe wants to give you the keys to an entire secret kingdom filled with enchanted forests, sparkling rivers, and a castle where your heart can finally feel at home. But here's the thing. You can't force it. You can't blueprint this kind of magic. So often we try. We grip our desires with white-knuckled intensity. We create checklists for the perfect partner, timelines for our happiness, and rigid 5-year plans that leave no room for serendipity. We believe that if we can just control every variable, manage every detail, and anticipate every outcome, we can protect ourselves from disappointment and pain. This frantic need for control is born from fear. The fear of not being worthy, the fear of being abandoned, the fear of the vast, beautiful unknown. We build walls around our hearts and call them standards, when really, they are fortresses designed to keep love out just as much as they are to keep pain at bay. You are trying to conduct a symphony with a clenched fist, wondering why the music won't play. You have to lean into it, stop resisting. This isn't about giving up. It is the ultimate act of courage. It is the sacred art of surrender. Surrender is the conscious choice to unclench your fist and open your hand, not knowing what will be placed within it, but trusting that it will be exactly what you need. It's the deep, cleansing breath you take after a long cry. It's the vulnerability of showing someone your truest self, with all your beautiful imperfections, and trusting them to hold your heart with care. It is the romantic, radical act of believing that you are so deeply and completely loved by life itself that you can afford to let go. You can allow the current of your own destiny to carry you. You can stop fighting the waves and finally learn to float, to be held, to be guided to a shore more beautiful than any you could have navigated to on your own. Stop blocking your blessings by trying to control every detail. The universe is constantly trying to shower you with gifts, but it cannot fill a cup that is already overflowing with your own anxieties and agendas. It cannot place a key in a hand that is already clenched shut. So the work is not to strive harder, but to soften more, to create space, to become receptive. Instead of demanding answers, you must learn to ask the most beautiful and powerful question. In a moment of stillness, with a hand on your heart, ask life, ask God, ask the Creator, ask the deepest, wisest part of your own soul. What is your dream for me? What is the grand love story you have written for my life? Show me the way not to find it, but to become worthy of it. Show me how to love myself so completely that I become a magnet for the love that is meant for me. And then you must learn to listen. The answers rarely come as a booming voice from the heavens. They come as whispers on the wind. They arrive in the form of a sudden intuition, a gut feeling you can't ignore. They appear as synchronicities, the right song playing on the radio at the perfect moment, a chance encounter with a stranger who says exactly what you need to hear, a book falling off a shelf into your hands. The answer is in the feeling of peace that settles over you when you think of a certain path. It is in the spark of recognition you feel in another person's eyes. This is the language of the soul, the currency of the universe. It is a frequency of love, and your only job is to tune your heart to its station. Because the moment you align with that dream, the moment you choose trust over fear and surrender over control, something miraculous happens. Doors will open that no one can shut. These are not just doors to new jobs or new cities. They are portals to deeper dimensions of your own being. A door will open to a level of self-love you never thought possible, where you look in the mirror and see a beloved friend. A door will open to true intimacy, where you can be fully seen and cherished for who you are. A door will open to a community that feels like family, a tribe that celebrates your light. And yes, a door will open and the person your soul has been searching for will walk through it, not because you hunted for them, but because you finally came home to yourself and they were waiting for you there. This is the breakthrough. It is not an endpoint, but a beginning. It is stepping into the life that has been patiently waiting for you all along. A life where you are not just loved, but you are love itself, radiating outward and illuminating the world. Have you ever poured your entire soul into something? A love so vast it defined an era of your life. For 25 years, Oprah Winfrey had a great love affair, not with one person, but with millions. Her stage was a sanctuary, her show a daily conversation with the world. And then, she chose to let it go. Imagine the silence that follows a quarter century of applause. It's a quiet so profound it can feel like a heartbreak. After leaving her legendary talk show, she stood in that silence, not at an end, but at a terrifying, thrilling, and uncertain new beginning. It was a departure from a life she had mastered, a deliberate step away from the embrace of guaranteed success and into the unknown. This wasn't just a career change, it was an act of faith, a belief that there was another love story waiting to be written, one that demanded a different kind of courage. With that faith, she embarked on a new romance, a dream to build her own network. It was a vision born from a desire to create a space for deeper connection and conscious living. In the beginning, this new love is intoxicating. It's the thrill of the first date, the endless possibilities sketched on a napkin, the whispered promises you make to yourself in the dark. You are fueled by pure passion, convinced that this love, this dream, will be the one that changes everything. She poured her heart, her name, her fortune into this new venture, believing in its power to uplift and inspire. But the honeymoon phase of any great love, whether with a person or a purpose, eventually fades. The real work begins when the initial excitement gives way to the stark reality of the day-to-day. She started her own network, and at first it was a complete and public struggle. The ratings faltered, the critics were merciless, and the vision seemed to blur under the harsh glare of public scrutiny. Every misstep, every flawed decision was magnified. Her mistakes weren't hidden in a private journal, they were headlines. It's a uniquely painful experience, like having the most intimate arguments of your relationship broadcast for the world to judge. The whispers of doubt begin to creep in, not just from the outside, but from within. Did I make a mistake? Was I wrong to leave the safety of what I knew? Am I not good enough for this new love? This is the moment of truth in any love story. It's the point where you are faced with a choice. Abandon the dream and retreat to the familiar, or find a deeper reason to stay. It's easy to love something when it's easy, but true commitment, true love, is forged in the fire of adversity. It's in the quiet moments of despair, when the world tells you to give up, that you discover the real depth of your own heart. And in that crucible of public failure, Oprah made a choice. Instead of quitting, she leaned deeper into the dream. This wasn't an act of defiance against the critics. It was an act of profound self-love. It was a vow she made to herself, a recommitment to the vision that had called to her in the first place. It's a lesson for all of us. Sometimes the most romantic and powerful relationship you will ever have is the one you build with your own resilience. It's about looking at your reflection, seeing the doubt and the fear in your own eyes and whispering, "I will not abandon you. We will see this through." She turned inward, not for escape, but for strength. She reconnected with her why, the soul-level purpose that fueled the dream. This internal shift is the turning point. It's the realization that you cannot control the storm outside, but you can anchor your own ship. This is where the journey transforms from a struggle for external validation into a pilgrimage towards self-trust. And once you make that commitment to yourself, something magical happens. You attract the love and support you need from the outside. You can't build a cathedral alone. Realizing her own limitations, she partnered with people who believed in her, not just in the idea, but in her spirit. This is another kind of love story, the love of a tribe, of a chosen family who sees your vision when you can't, who holds up a light when your own has dimmed. They are the ones who don't just offer empty platitudes, but who roll up their sleeves and lay bricks with you. With this renewed spirit and support system, she kept moving forward. Together, step by painstaking step, they began to build a new foundation. This new structure wasn't built on the fragile ground of hope alone, but on the solid bedrock of lessons learned, of humility, and of shared purpose. It was a slow, deliberate process. It was about mending what was broken, nurturing what was fragile, and having the patience to let things grow in their own time. It was the daily act of showing up, of choosing faith over fear, one day at a time. And that is the ultimate message for you, for your own beautiful, complicated, and sacred life. The moments that feel like failure are not the end of your story. They are not proof of your inadequacy. They are a sacred invitation from the universe to love more deeply, to love yourself through the struggle, to love your dream enough to fight for it, and to open your heart to the love of those who will fight alongside you. Failure isn't the end. It's simply the test before the breakthrough. It is the fire that tempers the steel of your soul. It is the heartbreak that expands your capacity for joy. So when you find yourself in the quiet after the applause, when your new love feels like a public struggle, remember this: lean in, commit to yourself, find your tribe, and build brick by brick. Because the breakthrough that is waiting for you is not just success. It is the profound, romantic, and deeply moving discovery of the unbreakable strength and boundless love that was inside you all along. Your life is not small. It is big, huge, and filled with possibilities. Don't waste it living someone else's dream. Don't let fear, doubt, or the noise of others silence your voice. Step into the dream that was designed for you. Because once you do, you'll discover that you were never ordinary. You were extraordinary from the very beginning. If this message lit a fire inside you, then this is your sign to never settle. Step into your dream, own your lane, and make your life count. This is Greatest Lane, your home for unstoppable motivation. Subscribe now and join the journey to greatness.